not really having to try to score. It allowed them to stay in the game a little bit. But then, like I said earlier, then when we come down and get bang, bang, 3, and then we get fouled, 2 free throws, another 3, the lead starts to increase, and then it puts so much pressure on them when they do the cut and the moving for 30 seconds, they have to score. And we got stops, and that's kind of when they lead. And that's kind of when the game just kind of went in our favor. But they're a heck of a team, and they gave us everything.
Overall, through the first few weeks, what do you feel like you guys are doing well, and what do you need to improve on?
I think our defense is getting a lot better. It was a huge emphasis today. I think our late game connectiveness has been a huge emphasis, and I think it was good tonight. But it's still a long season. There's still a lot of things to improve on. But we're continuing to grind every day and coming to work every day.
How excited are you to go out to London?
I'm super excited. We're super blessed to be able to experience this. Not everyone gets to experience London, England, and play college basketball. So super blessed, and it's going to be super exciting.
CJ, what's the best way you like to get your shot? Like, what's the most comfortable way for you to kind of get into a rhythm and feel like, this is a good shot, it feels good, I feel like it's a high probability it's going in?
That's a good question. I gotta think on that, because I never sit back and really think on it. If I'm open, or I just let it fly. So I think in transition, when I'm getting momentum, that's when I'm really, I feel like it has a great shot of going in. Or if the ball swings side to side, my defender turns his head or something, and I can get a shot fake up. But I would say transition probably.
Some kind of movement for
you,
like
for
when
sure.
You're just kind of moving into the shot as opposed to stationary. Is that something? One of the things that sort of stands out in some of the times when the offense has struggled is it seems like a lack of motion for you guys.
Yeah, I think sometimes the ball just sticks and we're not moving. But I would love to see our percentage and our stats when the ball moves side to side. What we get out of it. But yeah, I think that's something we do need to improve on. Is just moving the ball a little bit and. Like I said, just moving the ball.
Is that because it gets you the shooters in motion, but also that it makes the other
makes
team
the
be in
have
motion,
to
so
work.
they're not right there where you are. They're having to move.
Absolutely. And then it frees Oscar up down low. Absolutely, you're 100% right.
What is the best version of this team offensively? What does it look like to you? You think?
Best version, we're running our best, we're getting stops, we're running in transition, and I think a huge emphasis this week especially is when it's not there, running an action and then having an end action. So when we can, I feel like we've mastered the getting stops and running. We're pretty deadly in transition, but we obviously know a huge focal point for any team is stopping our transition. So it's that next part. Coach keeps saying the sequence. Our sequence is we're going to run, we're going to go into our motion, and then we're going to have an ending. And so that motion and the ending to the shot clock is something that we're going to get better at. But if we can get that sequence down, that's when we're at our best.
And is that a sequence that repeats, or like when you say ending, is it we run through it, this is the end, let's start it over again so that it doesn't stagnate?
What I mean by ending, we have an action, like a snap, a high ball screen, everyone flattens out. It's just an ending, a quick, there's 5-10 seconds left on the shot clock, something quick.
How much do you think that second half could be a sneak peek of what this offense is capable of being?
Yeah, I think we kind of know what we want to do offensively, and credit to Bellarmine, they kind of took us out of what we were trying to do. They weren't allowing us to get in the paint, and it kind of made us a little stagnant. But like you said, in that second half, we were able to run up and down, get open shots, and the ball was starting to move a little better. We were having some pin down actions, so we just got to keep it rolling.
Is it tough to transition to the other end of the floor when you have to play defense 30-35 seconds every single time?
We were all saying, that's such a tough team to guard. They just keep cutting and they keep moving. You have to stay alert at all times. And when you're not making shots, it just puts so much pressure on you to have to come back down, and you have to get a stop. And I think that's why the game was so close in the first half. We weren't making shots, and their style of play allowed them to stay in the game. But in the second half, when we were making shots, when we were running, we were getting fouls, and we were starting to increase the lead, it puts a lot of pressure on them. Then when they pass cut, they have to score. And we were getting stops.
CJ, Antonio, when we asked him what happened when you guys went on that 23 run, he actually accredited Severe's leadership on the court. Is that something that you would attest to, that he kind of stepped up in a different way when y'all went on that run?
100%. That's our leader. He had great positivity at halftime, and just saying, we're going to get into our stuff. I'm going to do a better job of running our stuff. And he was just, like Tone said, he's the one that got us into what we were doing. He was defensively picking up 94 and then getting stops and then running it, finding us, and then getting us into whatever we were in.